This is Mehul Bambania. I hope you will be happy and healthy at your place in this challenging time. The situation is becoming difficult day by day in India. It crossed 50,000 mark per day. In this pandemic situation, to update ourselves is a difficult issue. To solve this problem, I am going to start a new lecture series on computational fluid dynamics, which perhaps help you to upgrade yourself even by keeping you at a home. The objective of this lecture series is to make you aware about the field of computational fluid dynamics. So let's start CFD, that is computational fluid dynamics, which basically used to solve or analyze the problem related to fluid flow and heat transfer. It is found that there are three different approaches or methods available to deal with any kind of fluid flow and heat transfer problem. That is experimental, theoretical, and the latest one is computational. The time frame is shown over here, which will indicating in the initial era, the problem analyzed with the help of experimental methods. After the development of mathematics, the people will start to solve the fluid flow and heat transfer problem with the help of analytical approach, in which they are actually solve the governing equations with the help of mathematics. Furthermore, when the computational processor developed up to a certain stages, the new approach called as a computational methods or computational approach will comes into picture, which will solve the fluid flow and heat transfer problem. Now let's elaborate this picture. Let's say we wish to find out the pressure loss in the pipe. The standard case, standard fluid mechanics problem to find out the pressure loss in the pipe. If we choose the experimental methods, then in that case, we need to erect the experimental setup, very small experimental setup, which required at least a water reservoir or a fluid reservoir, the pumping mechanism, and within the pipe, we need to install the sensor which will sense the pressure information at a desired location. So in this case, at the two different location, we had inserted pressure gauge. So with the help of pressure gauge, we can actually estimate the pressure loss for particular flow rate for this type, for this size of pipe. The second approach we are having is theoretical approach or analytical approach, in which we are utilizing the correlations or governing equations based on that particular problem, physics of the problem. So if it is a flow through pipe problem, the standard correlations, standard equation, which is referred as a Darcy-Weisbach equations, we can use for estimate the pressure loss in this pipe. There are certain hypotheses and assumptions are considering in this equations. So it is restricted to find out the pressure loss in this type of pipe only. If let's say, if your pipe having a bend in the downstream direction, in that case, this equation will not help to find out the pressure loss. There you have to go with the fundamental governing equation, that is the momentum equation and continuity equation. And to solve that momentum and continuity equations, which is in the form of partial differential, quite difficult with the help of analytical approach. Now, similar case, we can investigate with the help of third approach called as the computational fluid dynamics. This is how it looked like when you solved the problem, simple problem in which the fluid will flow through the straight pipe. So this colorful diagram indicating the pressure distribution in form of contour value. This red color to blue color indicating the maximum pressure to minimum pressure value. The pressure distribution is calculated with the help of CFD in this way. Even though it is possible with the band or zigzag formation of pipe, in that way, if we compared these three approaches, we can find out the benefits and drawbacks of each and every methods. As we mentioned, if it is experimental methods, it is more precise, it is most realistic because it's visible physically. But to conduct the experiment, you require equipments. Like in the previous case, it is a pump, reservoir, valve, that all equipments you required. You required sensors to measure the variables, like if it is a pressure gauge. There is a problem with experimental setup, that is the scaling problem. If your pipe diameter is too small, it is quite difficult to measure the variables like pressure and velocity, which might be landed with the sensor's error or probe, that is probe which you will use to measure the pressure or velocity. It will indicating the error. And if you wish to nullify the errors, you have to go with the precise equipment, which is very costly. So high cost involved in the experimental methods. What is the second methods is analytical approach is clean, generally reliable, but the restriction is it can only implemented on simple geometry. If it is a complex problem, then your governing equation will become more complex, and it is very impractical to solve that partial differential equation, and sometimes it is not possible to get a solution of that partial differential equation. That is the biggest restriction. So when we switch over to numerical or computational approach, ideally there is a no restriction at all. You can solve any kind of geometry, any kind of problems which is related with the fluid and heat transfer. There is no huge investment required, only the computer and certain the tool, CFD tool, which is associated to run that solver. However, to operate that solver, the skill is required, and that was the challenge. When you transform the physical problem into CFD, the fixation or identification of boundary condition is always challenging issue. So one should understand what should be the boundary condition, appropriate boundary condition for their problem, and then they can start to solve the problem with the help of CFD. These are the few applications of CFD. Originally, CFD was initiated in the field of aerospace. Los Alamos Laboratory having a pioneer foundation in the computational fluid dynamic field. They had developed small solvers which will deal with the high speed flow and capable to solve the high speed flow investigation. In the later stage, this field will extended for various fields like automobile. In the automobile, we can able to find out the flow pattern or streamline. In the automobile, we can also use the CFD to investigate the fuel injection process. With the help of CFD, one can investigate the atomization behavior and optimize the performance of combustion. Not only in the automobile, in the biomedical, one can simulate the flow inside the blood veins. With the help of that investigation, one can fix or decide the size of the artificial heart. If we move further in the chemical industry, like if it is a heat exchanger, where there is a heat transfer phenomena need to investigate, is feasible with the help of the CFD. Another field is HVAC, that is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning unit. In this field, we can find out the total heat generation or total load with the help of simulation, and by the estimating total load, we can precisely recommend the air conditioning location to maintain the uniform temperature in the bigger passages, like if it is a malls or cinema hall, where it is not feasible to predict the total load, heating load, with the help of experimental or analytical approach. In the hydraulics, you can optimize the performance of hydraulic turbines, or even you can get the pressure distribution profile over the dam site. The marines, in the marines, the propeller will produce the thrust to propel the ship. The thrust amount will depend on the pressure distribution over the blade profile of the propeller. That can be optimized with the help of estimating the pressure distribution according to the shape of that blade profile, and we can improve the propellant efficiency in the marine side. In the oil and gas industry, one can simulate the flow inside the reactor. This is the reactor in which the water separation from the crude oil is represented. In the power generation industry, we can use CFD. Let's say if it is a cooling tower, the flow distribution around the cooling tower will help you to optimize the natural draft or natural circulation within the cooling tower. It is not restricted to engineering. People involved in sports also using this computational fluid dynamics to optimize their performance. So there are several applications we can talk about. As an engineer, we always interested how it will utilized at industry. The industry having a particular project, and there is a standard process to develop any product and to put into market. Before put into market, the objective of this graph is to show how much cost and how much time it took to put any product into market. Initially, you have to start with design part, where you must have to finalize the dimension of your crankshaft. It took a time as well as cost. It took a time as well as cost. Once you finalize your design, you have to fabricate that part, which required certain engineering supports. Once you have a test piece of that crankshaft, you have to performed or you have to test that crankshaft. That is structural test. To test any component, one should have a facility, testing facility of that particular component. After testing, if it is a fail, then you have to fix the problem. Once you passed through this process of testing, according to the data of testing, you have to go for the certification process of that particular product. So this is how any product will comes into market, and this is how it cost and it took how much time with the traditional approach. Is there any alternative? Yes. With the help of CFD, the similar task we can perform with less cost and small amount of time. How it will be possible? The product design can be done with the help of CAD softwares, in which you can fabricate the geometry. Once you have geometry, you can use the solver where you can assign the material of that crankshaft or of that element. After assigning material and boundary condition, you can run your solver in various boundary condition to test your crankshaft. Once you finished that various simulations in different boundary conditions, with the help of all data and results, you can proceed for certification process. So the time required as well as cost involved to develop any product will reduce drastically. So now we understand that these methods will helpful in industry, and because of that, now people are thinking about this field, and particularly this diagram will show the projected growth rate of this field called as a computational fluid dynamics. Even though a significant growth behavior of this field, only few institutes have this course, and because of that, only few CFD expert will produce, which is not fulfill the demand, actual demand of this CFD field. Now, if we wish to jump into this field, what are the ways through which we can start? So there are two different ways through which we can start. First one is you can start with programming languages like C, C++, MATLAB, Fortran, in which you can write your own algorithm and code, and you can develop your solver for particular physics of the problem. Now, to develop the solver or to write a code is a quite difficult task. It required thoroughly understanding of physics of the problem as well as the syntax of this programming languages. So personally, I preferred not to go with the programming language. Rather, you have to start with commercial solvers, CFD solvers available in the markets. So now, which are the commercial softwares available in the market? So there are so many softwares available in the market for the CFD, like COMSOL multiphysics SolidWorks, Fluent, Star CCM, OpenFOAM, Converge are the major one, and etc. Now the question is, with which softwares or with which commercial solver we should start with? That is the big confusion within our mind. So here I try to solve your confusion regarding which software I should start with. I find out the data of a leading commercial or leading CFD software from 1984. So what I observed that the Fluent hold their third position in the 1984, and it reached on top position in 1994, and in 2004 the Fluent seated on the top position among all CFD softwares. The ANSYS, which is on the third position in the later on in 2011, acquired the Fluent, and because of that now it is called as referred as ANSYS Fluent is on the leading position. The objective of this chart is not to promote any commercial software, but this will helping you to decide with which softwares, commercial softwares we can start with. This is also indicating the widely acceptability of that commercial software. Once you finalize your commercial CFD software, I want to make you clear that it is not a simple software, but rather than I referred as a solver. The solver is some kind of tool which will solve the fluid mechanics and heat transfer problem numerically with the help of computational processor. Now, any tool or any solver solve the problem with the help of numerical methods. It usually required certain skill to understand about that solver. If you are not aware about the numerical methods and the nature of the solvers, the result which will generate with the help of that solver is not reliable or realistic. The capability of this tool purely depends on the individual potential and individual understanding of the solver. And because of that, I want to put one thoughts given by Albert Einstein that a theory is something nobody believes except the person who is proposed that theory. But when it is matter of experiment, everybody believes except the person who doing that experiment. This thoughts tells lot of things. This is the biggest challenge or issue with this theoretical approach or computational approach. To overcome the problem associated with this theoretical or computational approach, one should follow the appropriate way and path to reach up to computational fluid dynamics. This is the path in which the thorough understanding, fundamental understanding of fluid mechanics and heat transfer is essential. The governing equations involved in that physics of the problem will also associated with mathematics. So little bit of mathematics you should aware about. All governing equations are in partial differential forms. So the solution of that equations came through various numerical methods. So we should aware about the various numerical methods and approaches used to generate the analytical solution of any partial differential equations. Once we have thorough idea about various numerical methods and governing equations involved in that physics, we are ready to start with commercial solver, that is ANSYS or Fluent. So in the subsequent lecture of the CFD series, I will throw some highlight on fluid mechanics and heat transfer. Also give you idea about the governing equations and various methods, numerical methods to solve that partial governing differential equations. And then we are ready to start the commercial software, that is, in our case, it is ANSYS Fluent. So stay with me. You can join my channel, that is Natural Engineering, for more updates. Goodbye. Take care.